Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks since we found out that we are pregnant. And it's been a really kind of crazy roller coaster ride of emotions so far. If you are new here, then you probably don't know that I experienced a miscarriage 2 years ago, like exactly 2 years ago to this date. So when we found out that we were pregnant, it was kind of very unexpected. And I feel like that's why you see us kind of like really don't know how to act. I was feeling a lot when we found out that we were pregnant. Like I was excited, nervous, shocked, like just didn't know what to think, because after my miscarriage, we discussed about like trying to get pregnant. It was such a hard decision to make, and to like every month be looking at when you're ovulating and expecting, like your period is a day late and you're expecting to have a positive pregnancy test, and it not happening is kind of heartbreaking every month. So we decided we don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We're not like trying, but we're also not preventing. So whenever it happens, it happens. And I think that I finally got to that place where I wasn't looking at my calendar where I track my period. If I'm a day late, like, oh my gosh, let me take a pregnancy test. I finally got to that point where I wasn't doing that. Like I completely forgot about all of it. And then boom, finally I'm pregnant, you know? It was because I track my period on my phone, and I got the message saying, hey, don't forget to track your period, because usually I track it. So this month I had forgotten. And so I didn't think about it. So when I look at my app, it says that I'm a week late. And I was like, oh, okay, I have to take a pregnancy test. And in that moment, I kind of like felt like, okay, this is gonna be positive. And so that's what kind of like why we were so like, wow, oh my gosh, we're pregnant. Like this is so unexpected. And let me just get into like how weird and deja vu this is, because 2 years ago when I got pregnant on my birthday. And this year I got pregnant on my birthday. Like my cycle is exactly the same day. The first day of my last period is exactly the same as it was 2 years ago. I haven't been feeling any morning sickness per se. Like I haven't been feeling nauseous or vomiting or any kind of things like that. And I didn't feel like that in the first time I got pregnant either. So there's a lot of similarities, which I was like, I don't like the deja vu part of it. It feels too similar, you know? Like I don't like it. It's just too similar. Of course I'm freaking out because of my history, right? So my friend's husband calls me to invite me to a surprise birthday party, and they're gonna be celebrating on a boat. And it's so crazy. That added more to like the deja vu anxiety, because 2 years ago she celebrated her birthday on a boat. And I like told my husband, I was like, this is just too many things that are just like exactly the same as it was like 2 years ago. What are the odds of you getting pregnant on the same day 2 years later? I don't know what the odds are, if that's even a thing. Like if that's ever happened to you, if you heard of anyone, whether they had a successful pregnancy or not, like if they got pregnant on the same day, like a year ago, 2 years ago, same day, like that's just really crazy. My friend was like, you must have like a cycle that really doesn't change. Like and I'm like, my cycle has changed. It ebbed and flowed, especially it changed after my miscarriage. So for it to be then link up to exactly the same way 2 years later, it's just so bizarre to me. But aside from that, let me just take you, okay, so we found out we're pregnant on a Saturday night, and then the next day of course we were excited, so we called our moms and our sisters to tell them, and we were like excited. I want this baby to come to fruition. I don't want anxiety over what happened 2 years ago, even though it's like present on my mind because I can't help it, you know. But right after I finished talking, like our last phone call was with my sister, and we finished telling her, like I go to the bathroom and I'm spotting, and that just set me off to like a downward spiral where I was like, this can't be happening. Like this cannot be happening again. And of course I have to like, and I cried, and my husband comforted me, but I after had to take into account, okay, it wasn't anything crazy. So it was just like a little bit of spotting, and spotting is very normal in an early pregnancy. So I'm like, okay, I can't freak out, but I can't help thinking about what happened to me 2 years ago. And so then that Monday, of course, I called the OBGYN that I wanted to see, and she's like, we don't have an appointment available until December 8th. And I'm like, I don't want to wait. That would be 10, almost 11 weeks at that point. And I was like, I don't want to wait that long, but they literally don't have another appointment. So find someone else. And they're like, we're not going to see you until 10 weeks. And I'm like, okay. I was like, because of my age, because of my history, because I have cramps, because I'm spotting, I really would love to be seen sooner than 10 weeks. And they said, okay, the soonest that we can bring you in is 8 weeks. So I do have an appointment at 8.5 weeks, which is next week. I'm gonna go see the doctor, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know, I'm getting emotional, but I just have this really crazy, I keep saying roller coaster of emotions, but that's honestly the only way that I can describe it, because I have my days where I'm like, okay, my baby's healthy, it's growing, it's good, we're gonna go to our appointment, they're gonna give us good news, it's gonna be okay. And then like before I started filming, like today I went to the bath. I hadn't been spotting in like a week, and I go to the bathroom and I see a little bit of spotting, and it like freaks me out, and it just takes me back to where it was 2 years ago. And so it's just this like anxiety that I have that I can't shake off. And I'm trying my best to be stress-free, eat healthy, drink a lot of water. I've been taking my prenatal multivitamin for like 2 years straight. Like I never stopped taking them since my last pregnancy. So I feel like I'm good on that part, but it's just like a lot of emotions. So I hope this video makes sense. If you're someone who has had a miscarriage and then a successful pregnancy, please share your stories below. I would love to hear them. Give me some hope. And for right now, this is going to be it for this video. Please subscribe to my channel so you can continue on this journey together, and I will see you in another video.